to define nature, but let's see what nature means. What does nature mean? Nature, in the broad sense, is a natural, physical, material world, or even termed as universe. The word nature is derived from the Latin word natura, which means that essential qualities or innate disposition. In ancient times, the natura literally meant birth. So, from the various definitions of nature, it is clear the plants, animals, human beings are part of the nature. But in this age of technology, we forgot that we are the part of our nature. So, even though being in nature has so many benefits, we fail to acknowledge its presence and utilize it to the maximum. So, we have lost the connection to nature. Next, in this fast-paced world, is it important to spend time on nature? Yes, it is. Can I make some time to spend on it? Yes. You can spend more time on nature by making nature a priority. So cut off the unnecessary and low priority things in your life, like excess use of mobile phones. You can make some times, we can cut off that time and spend it on nature. Next, you should ask yourself what you love about nature. It is a great way to be get motivated and to stay connected with the mother nature. So you can ask, how does nature make me feel, or even what are the changes you observe in being in nature. Next, make it easy to connect with nature. So spending time on nature doesn't mean that you should take a hike or you should do camping. So this will make the plan of spending time on nature complicated. So keep very simple, that you can even spend time on nature going to a local park and even simply meditating under a tree. Next, use a nature awareness trigger. Set a thing in your mind so that your mind often gets triggered by that thing to be aware of spending time on nature. For example, for me, whenever I get out of my home and wear my sandals, I will get a trigger to spend my time with nature, like while going through the passage, look at the trees and birds chirping, etc. It's the simplest way to set a nature awareness trigger. Next, whenever we know much time to spend on the nature, we can focus on quality rather than quantity of time. Next, ways to spend time in nature. The first and the best thing is that explore a local park, do some physical exercises there, or simply you can do some sightseeing, or simply you can sit on a bench, or even sit under a tree, and even you can read a book under a tree. Next, you can walk or run a mile in the grassland, or you can camp someplace that you usually do, or else you can camp in some new places to gain some new experiences, or take a nap in the grass, watch the sunset from the terrace or top, take a hike, and nurture the nature. It is the best way to spend time on nature and to understand nature is to plant more trees and nurture it. Next, uh, okay, why should I spend more time on nature? Yes, you have to spend time on nature. That's fine. Apart from that, the science have given you various reasons to spend time on nature. Let us list one of, let us list that. First is grounding. As we all know, ground is a magic source of life. Ground uses food, ground uses a surface to live upon. Apart from that, it has an abundant flow of electrons to it. When the humans stand or walk barefoot on the ground, these electrons will flow through our body. Hence, our body synchronizes with the natural frequencies of the earth. And this phenomenon is known as grounding or earthing. So, by this synchronization of our body with the natural frequencies of the earth, our body, our body will get directly influenced, and hence it reduces, if you have inflammation, it reduces inflammation, pain, and stress, and also it improves blood flow, energy, and sleep, thereby generates a greater well-being. Next, being in nature boosts immunity. Uh, plants get off, sorry, plants give off some airborne chemicals named phytoncides. These chemicals were given off from the plant in order to protect themselves from insects, disease, etc. The phytoncides have antibacterial and antifungal qualities. Whenever we spend our time on nature, we may intake that fresh air containing these phytoncides. So our body will respond to this intake of phytoncides by increasing the number and activity of a type of white blood cell called natural killer cells or NK cells. As we all know, the white blood cells are responsible for boosting immunity, and thus our immunity will be boosted. Also, these type of NK cells have a tendency to kill tumor and virus infected cells in our body. Next, being in nature aids sound sleep. Exposure to natural light will help us to will help in regulating our sleep patterns. So, if the sleep pattern is regulated at nights, our brains will release the right amount of sleep hormone named melatonin, and we get a sound sleep. Next, improves memory power. It is purely based on a research conducted at the University of Michigan. They have took some 1,000 participants and asked them to walk for 30 minutes in nature, and also they have studied for about 30 days, and they come up with the result that by measuring the memory power the people had after 30 days, it has been reported it has been increased to 20%. Next, it improves mental health. Several studies conducted by psychologists on the relation of nature and mental health. So let us see some of them and list out some of the outcomes of those results. First, Dr. Mark Berman, a psychologist at the University of Chicago, reported green spaces and green views, maybe some blue spaces like ocean, river, promotes self-control behaviors and attentional functioning and control. He also states that whenever the child grows in the green space, in the words of green space or blue space, he will be more self-controlled and attentive. And also, people view a diverse mix of flora and fauna reported to have lower anxiety, more vitality, that is a long life, and better mood. So, spending in nature also increases happiness. And based on one study, this study was made on the residents of a city surrounded by the green space. So, you know, at the result of the study, they reported that the people who are constantly exposing to the green space are more likely to be loyal and best and very interactive with their neighbors. So thereby spending in nature increases positive social interactions and also a sense of meaning and a purpose in life, as well as decreases in mental distress. And Dr. Cynthia Franks, a professor of psychology and environmental studies at Orbit College in Ohio, says that spending time in nature also has emotional and existential benefits, which is far beyond ability to solve arithmetic problems more quickly. Next, one of the research was made on the residents of Denmark by the researchers of Denmark. In the research, they have monitored the Denmark residents using a satellite data. So they have monitored the movement of those residents. At the end of as a result of those research, they said that whenever the people are getting a chance of even 2 hours of exposing to nature, have a reduced risk of psychiatric disorders. And also the people who have less than 5 minutes of exposure to nature per day are reported to have 55% probability of getting a mental illness. And from this brings me to the question, how many hours per day should I spend on nature? For this, the White and colleagues have answered after studying nearly 20,000 adults across the United Kingdom. They found that people who had spent at least 2 hours of nature have significantly greater health and well-being. And also, and from multiple studies, there are positive outcomes. Let us see, spending time on nature can reduce feelings of anger, help you take time out and feel more relaxed, improve your physical health, improve your confidence and self-esteem, help you be more active, eases to be connected with the local community and reduce loneliness. Yeah, let me conclude this. The way to be worthy is that you should invest in yourself, meditate, read, eat healthy food, drink water, move your body, spend time in nature, and rest up. So, by this way, we can establish a connection with the nature, and that way we can reconnect with the nature. On the process of reconnecting with the nature, our mind will indirectly work on conserving the nature and natural resources. It is the best thing we can give back to the Mother Nature for whatever the things she had done to us. So let's try to reconnect with the nature, and if possible, let's recreate the nature by planting more trees. So these are the references I have referred and made this presentation, and thank you, Monty.